In this week's Bleach, Mayuri hates Nemu.
You dumb, stupid, weak piece of human garbage.
Bleach, chapter 640, Baby Hold Your Hand 3 starts with excellent color pages including the cover of Shonen Jump and all of the Stern Readers. We then see Nemu recalling the name given to her the first time she woke up.
My name is Rod, and I like to party.
Cut to Mayuri, who is laughing his ass off after the eating of Pernita.
That's a fake laugh.
It's real!
He comments on how it was smart to not give Jizao teeth or else Pernita would have multiplied. But it looks like those arms didn't sit well in Jizao's stomach.
They taste like burning!
Jizao starts to expand and erupts from the inside out.
You're cutting his insides open.
A wave of bodily fluids come flowing out as well as an arrow that Mayuri just narrowly avoids.
What the hell is wrong with you? You don't just go around shooting people like that!
Lefty starts to laugh, but wonders if he did a good impersonation of Mayuri.
Oh, holy shit, that was terrible.
He thinks Mayuri has forgotten that he is a Quincy, and they kill their enemies with a bow and arrow.
Okay, really?
Mayuri says he didn't forget, he just never figured the left arm of the Soul King would refer to himself so shamelessly as a Quincy.
Hey, fuck you!
Lefty wants to know why calling himself a Quincy is shameless. He's been a Quincy from the very beginning.
You need people like me so you can punch your f***ing fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Mayuri notices Lefty's voice changing and wonders if it's regaining its memories as the Soul King or if it's evolving. But he doesn't have much time as Lefty prepares more bow and arrows.
Daddy needs to express some rage.
He starts to fire as Mayuri tries to dodge, but notices nerves are attached to the arrows. His arm is hit and he once again has to destroy it.
Not my arm!
Lefty uses his nerves to redirect a missed arrow back at Mayuri that's unavoidable.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Nemu jumps in out of nowhere and grabs the arrow, then proceeds to cut off her arm too.
Look, I'm just like you!
Mayuri grabs her by the head before she hits the ground, but then throws her into a building and scolds her.
What the hell were you thinking?
She thought he required a shield, but he doesn't recall teaching her to assist him based on her judgment. He was very specific on her not picking up on anything he hasn't told her to do.
Man, what the fuck happened, man? We used to be a team. Then you went and lost your fucking mind.
He calls her by her real name, Nemuri Nanagao, and says that he's taught her too much in their battles and it would be hard to raise the next you in the same way as current you.
How can you even say that, Dad?
He tells her to refrain from acting on her own. He will decide when it is fit for her to die.
When it is done, then you have my permission to die.
Good chapter this week. I think we all kind of figured Lefty wasn't going to be dead after being eaten and would find a way out. I found his interaction with Mayuri to be excellent, but he made the interesting statement that he's always been a Quincy. Mayuri then says he must be regaining Soul King memories. This drove me to my theory that the remaining limbs represent a hollow and a human. I believe the Soul King had Shinigami and Quincy powers in his arms and hollow and human powers in his legs. He is a combination of all the different beings. Kinda like a certain character who seems to have all the powers ever. But I could be totally wrong. I just really want to know more about Lefty.
How dare you? You don't know me!
And we're starting to learn more about Nemu, which I honestly never cared to find out because I always suspected she was just an experiment, and my assumptions appear to be correct. Mayuri says he can raise another Nemu, although it would be difficult. I found it annoying that he would have been hit by that arrow if not for Nemu, but all he does is bitch about her making her own judgment. She saved your ass, man. How about even a small amount of gratitude?
You don't deserve me!
So I'll give this chapter an 8 out of 10. Lefty is alive and firing back. He declares himself a Quincy since the beginning, and Nemu tries to help but gets shit on. For my question of the week, what does Lefty mean when he says he's been a Quincy since the beginning? Do you also have theories on the rest of the Soul King parts? Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. Alright, that does it for me. If you haven't already, please go check out the Jitsuwa parody I uploaded last week. It's a very fun anime with a great manga. I highly suggest reading it. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter, and I'll be back next week with more Mayuri vs. Lefty. Peace.